Big plays tonight and penalties so far in the first quarter as we start second quarter action here. 2nd and 21 from their own 24. Hasty under center. Gets the ball. Now he still keeps it. He's rolled to the right. Caribou's got him and dead to rights. Bussing comes along.
Gonna lose a yard. It's gonna go down as a sack because he lost a yard. Or maybe it was right at the line of scrimmage.
About a 2-yard loss puts him back at the 20-yard line.
Now it's back to 2nd and 25, so they're saying it's a 4-yard loss.
Hasty getting frustrated here, getting some pressure up front.
Shouldn't that be 3rd down? It should be 3rd down.
It's 3rd down, the marker on the sideline.
It's definitely 3rd down. The clock says 2nd, but it's 3rd down.
Hasty's got the ball back to pass. He's going deep.
He's got a receiver.
It's caught at the mid-stripe. He's got it to the 30. Caribou's not going to catch him, and just like that, I believe.
Number 8.
Uh-oh,
is there a...
Joey Moore.
There might be a flag on the field. I think it's coming back.
The senior running back, Joey Moore, who we heard about before the game, another huge stud for Bellevue with a great ball by Tyler Hasty.
And, Caribou got beat, and then for some reason Caribou had a chance to tackle him, and he looked like he wanted to get a better position, and then the guy just outran him.
Well, not sure what happened, but they are taking the ball down. We've had huge pass completions plays, and that's probably exactly what they want. Joey Moore, the speedster on Caribou, really a linebacker.
Yeah, and Caribou missed the play on that, and he definitely had an opportunity to tackle him at one point, and he just didn't for some reason.
Ron Henthorne, our spotter, saying it was an sideline infraction on the Glacier Peak Grizzlies during the play. So it's a touchdown for Bellevue. And Mitch Johnson on for the extra point. It's up, and it is good.
Well, the story of the night, Scott, are big plays on both sides of the field.
Huge penalties on Bellevue. Had them backed up 2nd and 20, 2nd and 3rd and 25. And then, boom, a big play. And right now they're sitting with 11:08 in the second quarter, up 14-10.
Yeah, and earlier in the game they had them 3rd and 25 at Bellevue's own 6-yard line. And the guy runs for about 30 on that play. So they're giving up the big plays, but now see how Glacier Peak responds here.
Took a little air out of the balloon there, so to speak, for Glacier Peak on that big play.
Yeah, they kind of silenced the crowd here.
And Tyler Hasty says, hey, you know what? You want to sack me? Just give me a second. I'll throw a perfect bomb right down in the middle of the play.
It was a beautiful pass.
Terrific
The guy
play.
was wide open, too.
Hasty now have a couple completions, but for huge yards. I think for 86 yards so far, and we just started the second quarter. Mitch Johnson to kick for Bellevue. And we have Sean Elledge on the near side, and Evan Nelson, the speedster, on the far side. Looks like Elledge is going to take it at the 10. Gets a seam.
He's got a seam.
He lost his footing. Right.
He lost his footing cutting right. He still got it out to about the 37-yard line, so that's decent field position for the Grizzlies. Looked like he slipped out there.
And we were teasing young Mr. Elledge before the game against Meadowdale. He had all kinds of footing problems. He was slipping and sliding all over the place. And he said he likes this Bellevue turf.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to lose his footing tonight. He also told us he was getting in the end zone, and he darn near did on that one play.
So 11:01 left, as you see, 14-10 Bellevue up on top so far. Now, David Linney, the quarterback for Glacier Peak, sitting at 1st and 10. Caribou to his left. Pittis now goes over. He throws the ball to Elledge.
Miscommunication there. Elledge was actually open, but he wasn't looking.
I think Elledge thought it was supposed to go to 7, Dalton Pittis, and so he was...
And I think Dalton thought the same thing.
Yeah, and David Linney was the only one left out of that conversation.
No, it's that old, he didn't get the memo.
Didn't get the memo. Didn't have 4G, didn't have the good wireless like we have tonight. Hope you're enjoying the crystal clear picture we get here in Bellevue.
With the score on the board.
That's right. 2nd and 10 now at the 37. Linney back to pass. Now he tucks and rolls, and he's taken down by Devin Murphy. Great one-arm tackle by Devin Murphy of the Wolverines.
Yeah, and the holes are just barely opening up with, they're really having a hard time pushing that defensive line around. It's a lot different, than when they were playing Shorecrest and Everett and people like that where there were just holes everywhere.
31 for Bellevue, Connor Foreman there. Looking over as this is a no-huddle offense, spread, no-huddle offense. They look down at the play, and they're sitting at 3rd down and 10 from the 37. 10-12 left to go in the first half. Linney. It's caught by Pettis.
Pettis, big
48. First down, Glacier Peak.
That's a big first down. Great heads, and he got drilled right in the back with somebody's helmet too.
And he is limping and skipping off a little bit.
Yeah, when he got hit, it was right in the kidney with a helmet.
Josh May will come in. He's the second receiver there on the near side, 24. So 1st and 10 now into Wolverine territory. Fakes the handoff to Caribou. Comes to the right side. Picks up a gain of 3 or 4. Wolverines do a nice job recognizing their own little sauce that they stir up.
Yes.
Murphy, Devin Murphy, another captain senior, 5'9", 160-pounder on the tackle for Bellevue.
So they give him 4 yards on it. So 2nd and 6. Glacier Peak's going to want to be looking more like ideally they want to be looking more like 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 every down, and not like 2nd and long.
In Wolverine territory, you got Elledge now to the near side. Evan Nelson way out on the far side of the field. Linney. It's picked off. And that, I believe...
Oh, face mask.
There's finally returns it. It crossed the 40-yard line.
It's going to probably add another 15 yards because of a face mask on there. And I'm not sure where Linney was throwing that ball because there was nobody around.
Michael Carlson with the interception, the junior for Bellevue. Stops the momentum that they just got a big first down, Glacier Peak did. And David Linney looked a little unsettled to start, kind of got in a rhythm, had a nice completion to Dalton Pittis there for the first down.
Yeah, but before that he threw it kind of at the feet of, Sean Elledge, who had his back turned to him, and then he throws this interception. So he needs to get his nerves together a little bit here.
So Bellevue now starting in their own territory, but at the 40, 1st and 10, and Hasty under center. Gives it up to Morales. Morales up the gut. It's to the 48, 49-yard line. Brought down by Brandon Hershey.
And Hershey was doing all he could to tackle him. Morales is not an easy guy to bring down. Kind of reminds me of Elledge a little bit in the way you got to kind of gang tackle him.
Miles Jack in the backfield as well. Gives it to the right side. Morales again.
Probably about 3 yards on that.
Definitely a little bit more than he needs for the first down. And they will get a first down now at the 46-yard line of Glacier Peak. Austin Jacobson, 38, called his number all season long. The junior on the tackle for the Grizzlies.
Is he a junior?
He is a junior. Hasty now, 1st and 10. Hands it off again to Morales down the left side.
He's going to pick up 5 yards. 6 yards maybe.
Jacobson and Hershey on the tackle, along with Smeds. Austin Smedrud.
Well, they're definitely creating some holes there on the offensive line.
Huge task for Carson Call up front, number 72 for Glacier Peak. This big offensive line of Bellevue. 14-10, 8:05 left to go in the second quarter. 2nd and 6. Morales again, he gets a break. Left side, and he takes Brandon Hershey for a little sled ride.
He sure did. Again, these guys are really difficult to bring down, and they're hitting those holes really fast. You know, holes just opening up for a split second, and they're just on it.
Another big first down for Ari Morales and the Wolverines, and that takes him down to the 27-yard line. Morales, this young evening, get his stats here in a second. 1st and 10 now, Hasty. Up the gut to Joey Moore.
You know, on that, you see the quarterback going one way and end around coming, and it's hard to figure out where this play's going.
I think that was Wynn. Check that on the carry. Austin Jacobson on the tackle.
Not much doing on that play.
2nd and 8 for Bellevue. Again, they're at a 4-point lead here in the second quarter, but threatening. Hands the ball to Jack. Jack on the right side. Again, him and Jacobson twirl and zurl and take a little dance, and it gets him down, but it takes him about 3 yards.
At least. He's going to be actually close to a first down.
It's a nice hold, though. It's a nice little ballroom dancing move there Jacobson did.
3rd and 2.
Miles Jack walks up and gets the play from Hasty. Wynn and Jack in the backfield now for Tyler. It's that ball. Wynn on the left side. Weaving diving, and he makes one guy miss it. It's another touchdown for John Wynn and the Bellevue Wolverines, as Brandon Hershey couldn't quite hang on to the shoelaces.
Hershey had a shot at him, and these guys are very difficult to bring down. And he eludes a couple tacklers, and just like that, it's Glacier Peak staring at a 20-10 deficit.
And the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, faithful now in the cold night of November, getting a little quieter as they see a little gasp of air here from Bellevue, and they see what they can do. What a powerhouse. Mitch Johnson on for the extra point. It is good, and that makes it 21-10 with 6:16 left in the second quarter.
Diving Sean Elledge almost got a finger on that ball.
And you have to look back at the interception. Glacier Peak got a huge first down across the mid-stripe. David Linney, okay protection, lets it rip. Ball he'd like to have back.
Oh, for sure. I'm still not quite sure where that ball was going, but costly turnover. Cost, 7 points.
Well, let's see if he and the Grizzlies can come back on this drive and get something going. They need a score, or what Bellevue likes to do is they like to put on the gas and not let up.
Yeah, Glacier Peak needs to score or at minimum keep that offense, keep Bellevue's offense off the field for a while. Give some of these defensive guys a break.
Again, you're watching high school playoff 3A action, a quad divisional here, streaming live from downtown Bellevue, Bellevue Memorial Stadium, home of the Big Bell. Which we were told only the players hit. Don't go over there and play it.
Yeah, we're not allowed to ring it.
Don't go touch the bell. Mitch Johnson here off to kick. Again, Elledge and Evan Nelson back to receive for Glacier Peak. Elledge will take this again from about the 8.
He's got a hole.
It's up the 30. Now he gets by one guy, and the gang of yellow striped helmets catch up to him, but a nice return again for Elledge all the way up to the 44-yard line.
And the good thing about that is it took about 7 or 8 Bellevue guys to bring him down. Elledge kind of giving Bellevue back a little taste of their own medicine.
Guess he went out of bounds at the 42. Again, starting with decent field position, not pinned back. Elledge done a nice job.
The problem is that they're going to kick. They either got to kick it to Evan Nelson or they got to kick it to Sean Elledge, and both those guys can hurt you on that return.
Defensive or offensive coaches for Glacier Peak getting the signals in. David Linney with the lone setback, Caribou, and he hands it to Caribou on the right side. Not a lot doing there.
No, and in the regular season, these are plays Caribou tends to break for about 15, 20 yards a pop, and I just can't quite get to the hole.
Connor Foreman there hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but they're going to give him a couple sitting at 2nd and 8. 5:43 left, clock ticking here. Be really good if you're a Glacier Peak fan. You want to try and get a score before halftime. Bellevue up 21-10. Linney now taking himself. He gets by one guy and dives to around the 47.
When you dive, you actually get that forward progress when you dive. If you slide, they don't give it to you. So gutsy move by David Linney.
Good way to probably get him kind of relaxed a little bit to get the ball in the
flowing.
hand.
Exactly.
So they get him there at the 48, leaves him at 3rd and 4. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Sean Elledge way out to the near side. They go for Elledge. It is way out of bounds.
Not even close. Linney's got to kind of shake it off a little bit here because he's kind of off his mark. And 4th and 4. And they're going to punt.
Devin Murphy, again, the senior captain, cornerback, had great coverage on Elledge. I don't know. He would have been a jump ball, which we know Elledge is very good at jump ball.
It would have been a little bit of a wrestling match.
I believe this is the first punt of the game for either side. Austin Smedrud to punt, and deep is Tyler Hasty. Nice punt. Takes a Glacier Peak bounce.
Oh, and I can't believe they didn't throw. Tyler Hasty just leveled Elledge from behind, and they didn't throw a flag. I don't understand that.
And the Grizzly fans booing here right underneath our
and they've got a lot to boo about on that play. For some reason, Hasty just drilled him from behind, and the ref just kind of sat there and watched it. I'm kind of surprised.
Marcus Hurd, number 18, this 4-year starter.
The 4-year varsity letterman.
Could be, maybe, you never know, could be his last high school football game tonight. So they start 1st and 10 at their own 18. Hasty. Morales. Shakes and bakes all the way across the 25 to the 26.
Yeah, and they're stopping them, but the problem is they're getting 5-6 yards and just kind of it wears on the defense.
Trey Chambers on the tackle. First time we've called Mr. Chambers' name from on the defensive side tonight. The sophomore been getting more playing the second half of the season. And they really just bunch up the box. 2nd and 2 for Hasty. Go up the gut. Read well by Glacier Peak.
Nothing doing
gain.
there.
Drew Liner there. I believe that was Dakota Jones, a junior.
3rd and
on
2.
The carry there.
Got
they got
right
so
back
many running backs. It's just
Well, when you run out of that wing T, there's so many options that open up for you.
So Dakota back there, along with Andy Boyer. Hasty.
No, he's not. I don't think
Dakota.
he's going to get it. I think he's going to be short. They're going to be sitting at 4th down.
Dakota with the carry. Jacobson did a nice job for Glacier Peak.
Looks like they're going to punt.
4th down and 1, and they stop the clock with 3:01, although the clock keeps going.
Looks like
the Glacier Peak coaches are going, hey, hello.
Takes a tick off and stops. And
it was at about 3:03 when they
is it a timeout?
Signaled. Timeout Glacier Peak, we think. So with 2:59 left, Bellevue up 21-10. You're watching Glacier Peak football in quad divisional action right here on the Snohomish Times Sports Network. Welcome everybody in. It's been a fun first half so far.
It's been a crazy first half, kind of back and forth, and I'm actually surprised Bellevue's punting it. The way they've been running the ball, probably get that first down pretty easy.
Bellevue, again, a huge running team. 11 carries, 176 yards on the ground just in the first quarter and a half, or almost 2 quarters or 3 minutes to the halftime. And it's been kind of an Achilles heel for the Grizzlies when they face, Meadowdale, Oak Harbor,
Mount Vernon. Yep. It is an Achilles heel, but Bellevue, it's even worse. Bellevue just runs it so perfectly. It's not that they necessarily have players like the Blake Williams and the Giovanni Shepherds. They just run it so well. They're going for it.
Now they've decided to go for it. Hasty. Oh, they call a timeout. Glacier Peak. Becerra, the junior quarterback, also defensive linebacker for Glacier Peak, getting a timeout call.
Well, they had to call a timeout. They had Elledge and somebody else ready to receive the punt, and all of a sudden Bellevue's going for it. Now it'll be interesting to see if they're actually going to punt it this time or come back and line up like they're going to go for it.
Interesting play here, 4th and 1. If they don't make this, they give Glacier Peak the ball all on the 27-yard line.
Yeah, just enough time, plenty of time to go in and score too. So
Morales is already just only 6 carries, but 55 yards. He is absolutely cutting up.
Yeah, but remember he had that 75-yarder that was brought back too.
Miles Jack with 4 carries and 24 yards. And then John Wynn scoring 2 touchdowns, 6 carries and 82 yards.
Well, they are going for it, Scott.
Get behind their big offensive line. Michael Neep up front. Hasty deep under the center. Hands it up back. Big hole. He gets hit once. Win, but he loses him. Drew Liner grabs onto his jersey from the back, and a big first down. He's all the way up to the 49, and he's slow to get up.
That's a huge first down, and they had him They had him for maybe he still would have got the first down, but they had him right near the line of scrimmage, and maybe for a gain of about 2, and instead he somehow slips out of it.
John Wynn getting off the field. I mean, he's 5'9", but he is 180 pounds. And he is just a little motor.
He's a brick house.
So a big play offensively. Glacier Peak had a chance to get the ball back on the Wolverine 27, but now 1st and 10.
That's a flag. That's going to be a false start against the Wolverines.
Early in the ball game, Bellevue had major penalty issues.
Yep, one after another. They were staring at 3rd and 30 and 2nd and 25 and all kinds of problems.
Glacier Peak had a huge 76-yard completion to Sean Elledge, brought him all the way down, and ended up having to kick a field goal. And then the interception by Timmy Douglas, a pick 6, made it 10. Now they trail. Hasty goes to the air, almost deflected by Trey Chambers, but it is caught.
He's going to be short of the first down, though.
Nathan Derriter, the tight end, the junior, on the reception for Bellevue.
2nd and 3.
Now that you're getting to see the great arm, Tyler Hasty, as he's under center. Looked like, again, that left side was a little too quick off the line.
It's going to make it 2nd and 8.
2:14 left to go in the first half.
These penalties, the funny thing is they've actually not cost them that much because they've been able to convert on these, 2nd and 25s and 3rd and 30s. So although they've been penalized, the one penalty that really cost them was the offsetting penalties cost them a touchdown.
All right, so here we go. 2nd and 8 now. Hasty in the shotgun, back to pass. Goes over, and it is complete. A great grab.
That will be a first down.
By number 12, Jack Meggs. The junior receiver for Bellevue. Well, they're doing it on the ground, and now we've seen a couple great throws. Coverage is very good. They're right there, just threading the needle there.
Yeah, and you don't consider Bellevue a passing team, but they're able to do it tonight.
1st and 10 on the Grizzly 40. Hasty back to pass again. Now he goes deep down the right sideline. Overthrows, incomplete.
And he had his man, too. He had a step or two on Sean Elledge there on the right side, but just can't quite convert the throw.
Scott Whitting, the intended receiver, and Evan Nelson, or excuse me, Sean Elledge, I think, was on the coverage. Leaves him now at 2nd and 10. Again at the Grizzly 40. Watching the little bit that I did this year at Bellevue, I did see them throw the ball more than I've seen in recent years, and I think that's a lot to do with Hasty. Up the right side is Andy Boulware, 28.
Still going to be about 5 yards short, probably. So they're going to be staring at 3rd and 5, I believe.
Tackled there again by Austin Jacobson, having a big night defensively, catching up to the strong, speedy Wolverine running backs. Now under a minute to go in the half. Under center is Hasty. Hands the ball. Now he fakes it. Now Morales on the left side, but a good play by the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. That's Quentin Dunbar and Austin Smedrud, part of the Austin gang at Glacier Peak.
And they stayed home just like they were taught. They actually lost a couple yards on that, and it's going to bring up 4th and 6.
Timeout on the field with 41.9 seconds left to go in the first half, and the timeout.
Who called the timeout on that?
We think Bellevue. Why would you call a timeout there?
Well, I think Bellevue thinks they want to get a score on the board before they go into halftime.
24 carries again, 204 on the ground. But Hasty's 4 for 7 with 105 through the air.
He's having a good night. My guess, Scott, is Bellevue's probably going to go for this 4th down and figure, hey, we're only going to leave him about 30 seconds or so on the clock.
David Linney on the other side, 2 for 9 for 91 yards, and a huge part of that was the connection with the wrestler,
Sean Elledge,
on a 76-yard completion in the first half. Again, Marcus Hurd leading the cheers for the Glacier Peak sideline as it's 4th and 7, and they're not going to punt. Hasty now in the shotgun. Goes to the left side. It's overthrown, intended.
There's a flag down on the field in the area where it looks like it's illegal contact. I think it's
Scott Whitting, the intended receiver on that.
Typically where that flag is thrown, it's going to go against the Wolverines. That's a good break for Glacier Peak, and they're sitting at 37 seconds. And my guess is Rowe's going to try to get it in the end zone.
Illegal receiver downfield is the call. Ron Henthorn is.
They're obviously going to decline that and take over the ball. 37 seconds for the Grizzlies. A lot of coaches would just sit on it right here. Don't think you can expect that from Rowe, though.
See a little time management now from the Glacier Peak coaching staff. Rory Rosenbaugh in his 4th campaign this year. Linney, center screen, Caribou at the 40. Hits his way up to the 45.
Didn't get a first down, so the clock's going to keep running.
Now a timeout is called. Timeout Glacier Peak with 25.7 left on the clock. Down 21-10 to Bellevue here.
The clock, they're not changing. They still show 3 timeouts for each side.
I think that... You think Glacier Peak has one? left?
I think Glacier Peak's used at least 2 timeouts, but again, the clock's showing that they have 3 timeouts left. We know that's not correct.
If you're counting at home, give us an email, scott@snohomishtimes.com or tim@snohomishtimes.com.
I think it's their 3rd timeout because they called another timeout when they were going to punt.
You can see the score on the top left corner. 25 seconds left to go here for Glacier Peak.
Well, they need to at least get a first down so the clock will stop automatically.
Sean Elledge in the near side, Evan Nelson on the far side of the field, the receivers. Linney, back to pass. Goes over the middle. It's incomplete, but almost intercepted. By Nathan DeRuyter from Bellevue. Dangerous pass by Linney there.
Well,
only good thing is he stopped the clock. They're sitting at 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I don't think you want to go in the middle either because you're going to run out of time. No timeouts left, I don't think.
Great matchup here with Devin Murphy covering Sean Elledge. He's getting a little pressure. He goes to the right side again. A low ball from Linney intended for Elledge. Devin Murphy on the coverage.
That's going to bring up 4th down, and that's an interesting decision that Rose got coming up here. You don't want to give the ball back to Bellevue right there, so
17 seconds left in the first half.
Looks like he's going to go for it on 4th and 2.
It's the playoffs, baby. They got nothing to lose. It's win or go home.
Well, they don't. You're right. And Glacier Peak is in a position where they have nothing to lose. Nobody expects them to come in and win this game. So the pressure's off.
Lenny back to pass. Now he takes it himself. He's got the first down. Crosses the mid-stripe. 11.7 seconds to go here in the second quarter till halftime.
They got to move the chains. Once they move the chains, they'll start the clock. There it goes.
No different play here for Glacier Peak. They're always in a 2-minute drill. Lenny, that looked for trouble from the beginning.
And he took his time hiking the ball. And, it's probably going to run the... In the pros, they'd run the last 5 seconds off.
Now the clock down to 3.4 seconds as they walk back 5 yards, leaves them 1st and 15. Now they started the clock, 1 second left. They'll get this play off, and this will be it. Oh, and he's hit as he's thrown.
He's drilled from behind. I think he's hurt, Scott.
Miles Jack got in the backfield, and Miles Jack is still down.
Both of them are down.
Lenny's up now, walking off. Miles Jack is slow to get up. Cannot afford that young man to be hurt. Already down with their star lineman, offensive, defensive lineman, Jake.
Well, folks, we brought you an exciting first half, 21-10 Bellevue.